we are again. What I'm going to do today is throw together a few of this season's trends, and I'm going to sort of bring them all together. So what are they? First of all, I'm going to start off with a midi length skirt, which can be sort of quite tricky to wear, and for somebody who isn't particularly a skirt lover, I sometimes find these quite hard to fit into my personality. But I quite like this one because it's quite a simple shape. So I thought, right, okay, what can I do with it to bring it a little bit up to the minute? And obviously the weather's starting to get a bit cooler, so to make it a bit more warmer. So I'm going to start off with this. What I also want to do is mix and match a few patterns and prints. So I've got this patterned blouse, which I thought was lovely. It's got a nice split down the back so you can wear it on its own, and it's got some nice volume in the sleeves, which again I like. So I wanted to try and start and bring these two patterns together. Like I say, I also want it to be warm, so I'm going to incorporate some wool, some nice thick chunky warm wool with a lovely big curl neck. So that's what I'm going to do for you today. So I'm going to start off with the mid-length skirt, and I'm just going to pop this over here. So it's a nice, lovely, movable skirt material. So it hangs quite nice. It's not lined, but it's got enough weight in the fabric that it just skims just nicely over the hips. It doesn't cling anywhere. It's got no pleats and gathers and things in the front, so it's quite flattering. So it's quite a flattering shape. So that's the skirt. I then wanted to start and bring another pattern in, which probably a few of you are thinking, my God, what on earth is she thinking here? What's she got to do? So I'm going to put this blouse over the top, like that. So again, what I love about this blouse is the volume in the sleeves, the fact that it's quite loose, nothing too clingy. I don't like anything too clinging around the midriff. But it looks quite shapeless. You can see it looks quite shapeless, and it clashes something rotten at the minute. Even though we've got some of the same colours going on, it's not really sort of doing it. Plus it's not warm. So next step was to get some nice thick wool. So I'm just going to put this over the top now. Pull that down. Bring the sleeves through. Then I'm going to position the neck so that we can see some of the colour through the top as well. Right, still quite shapeless, still quite baggy, but the big break-up of colour in the middle has broke up the two patterns. So now what we've got going on is some of similar colours which sort of blends together and still works, but the majority of the plain colour of the wool is just breaking the two up. So, but it still looks quite shapeless. So now what I'm going to do is bring a little belt in. Now I'm bringing a belt in the same colour as the jumper here. And I'm just going to clip that because this model is rather thin. So I'm just going to clip that there. So what I've done now, I've brought a belt in the same colour as the jumper, because there's quite a lot of bulk going on here now. Well, if you haven't particularly got a waist, this wouldn't do you any favours. But the fact that the belt is the same colour as the jumper, and then there's just this little gold bit in the middle, that's actually drawing your eye, bringing your attention here, so it's making your waist look actually smaller than it is. So there you go. So what have I done? I've brought mid-length skirt in, which could be, it's like a nice sort of comfy daytime style. I've brought a lovely, nice, girly sort of chiffon blouse in. We've made the shoulders look quite large here, which again is emphasising the waist. We've brought a nice little skinny belt in for detail. We've got just enough of the pattern going on at the neck. Now we need to think about the feet. What I wouldn't do is put shoes on with this look, because I think it would be too dainty and too girly. So what I've brought in is a nice little ankle boot, just to add a little bit of sort of fun to it, a little bit of quirkiness and a little bit of edge to sort of harden it up a bit so it's not too soft. So I've got an ankle boot, which the skirt is just coming, and this is sort of more or less my height. So the skirt, there's just a little bit of a gap. So what I would do is keep the legs the same colour as the shoe, and that wouldn't cut the leg off and make it look any shorter. So all we need now is a bag. And I've brought one in quite similar to the colour of the boot, which is like a nice bronzy sort of brown colour. So there you go, that's my take on bringing a few trends of the season together. So nice florals with a stripe, with a nice bit of wool to make sure it's nice and warm, and a little bit of edge with the boot and the bag. So there you go, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.